Hello, good evening and welcome to the Little Farmer's Farm with me, Brother Bilo. Shortly we will be joining my brother, the Guru MURPHINDA, up at the allotments. But first of all, I'll tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing today, or what he's up to up at the allotments. He's digging up some potatoes. Actually, he's not digging up any potatoes. He's tipping them out of 4 buckets. On the 5th of April this year, which is around about 11 weeks ago, planted 2 seed potatoes per bucket into these next 4 buckets that you're going to be looking at now. Let's see what the results are. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, actually, they started to fall over. He's not been watering them as part of a let nature run its course experiment that we're doing with the bucket growing up at the allotments. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of results are attained without watering, leaving it to Mother Nature. It's been very dry conditions, unfortunately, so don't hold your breath for fantastic results. But yeah, just check a look at this. See you up there. Bye bye now. I'll pass you on to brother Guru, the Guru MURPHINDA. See you in a bit. Okay, boys and girls, it's time for the 2022 first official potato bucket shootout, potato growing bucket shootout. And there we have the contestants. We've got the Pentland Javelin, we've got the Accord, we've got the Red Dukes, and we've also got the Ulster Prince. So let's have a look. The 15 litre, well, there's 15 litres gone into each of them, into the Tesco cut flower buckets, and there's 2 seed potatoes gone into each. So let's see what the results are after, by my reckoning, 11 weeks they've been in there. Those are the Accord. So we've got the Pentlands, the Accord, the Red Dukes of York, and the Ulster Prince that doesn't have a label for some reason, but they are Ulster Prince, I do believe, in there. So first of all, I'm going to get the horns, take the horns off. I call them horns, but I think it's holms or something like that, where the eyes of the potatoes produce the sprouts, the splits. They come up, they pop out of the ground, and the potatoes grow around the seed potato. So let's see what we've got. Right, first of all, we'll have the Pentland Javelin. Okay, guys and girls, for some reason, it didn't record me doing the tip out on these Pentlands. But those are the Pentlands. Quite disappointing, really. Nothing spectacular. A little bit of greening on them because as the compost has dried out while they've been growing, it's come away from the sides a little bit. And so the sunlight's got down the sides, and that's where you get these little touches of greenery on the potatoes, which you may or may not choose to eat. I'm going to choose to eat them, but I'm not going to give them to the kids. I don't mind it. Some people say it's poisonous. It is in excess, but not if it's a little bit like that. So we'll try it again. I'm going to get these the next lot of the Accords. So I'm going to snip off the horns again using my these. I'll snip all them off and I'll show you the tip out. Okay, now I don't know if you caught the last bit. I doubt it, but they've only been in for 11 weeks. The date that they went in as chitted potatoes was on the 5th of April 2022. So they've only been in for sort of like 11 weeks, haven't they? Yeah. So last week of June now, 11 weeks. So we're not holding our breath for great results on these. We got about £1.25, something like that, off the first lot, the Pentland Javelin, which are a nice potato, by the way. So we're going to look at these Accord now. Accord first earlies. Again, there was 2 seed potatoes put into them. One 2 inches from the bottom, the other one about 5 inches from the bottom, so they were slightly offset in each corner. If you look back in the back catalogue, you'll see that. We're just going to see for ourselves what the results are from these first earlies, or determinate new potatoes. Alright, so the Accord, tip them up, give them a smack on the bottom. Let's put that there, and we'll see what we've got. Like I say, I'm not holding my breath for great results at the moment because of the conditions that we've had. I'll just put the Pentlands there and the Accord bucket there, and we'll see what we've got. Right, so the first one, the first seed potato, is down near the bottom. It's that. It's not rotted. because it's not really been damp conditions at all. We've had probably the driest late spring and early summer that we've had for many a year. So and I haven't been watering these. Okay, I've left them to nature, left them to Mother Nature this year. And if I was doing it, not doing it as an experiment, I would be watering these on a regular basis, but I haven't been doing. Okay, we're just seeing what Mother Nature could provide us with, weather-wise and conditions-wise, this year. So every potato, look at that slug there, look at that. Little swine. Trying to attack me spuddies. So every potato would have the same equal chance at growth and production. Okay, that was the experimental idea that we had. All these little ones that you find, get them out, because I'm going to be reusing this compost obviously for other growing. So unless you want volunteer spuds, get them all out, get as many as you possibly can out. You never find them all, but you have a better chance when they're in the buckets like this. Let's give a magic reveal. Reveal your potatoes. Show them to me. Might as well set these little ones are nice, you know, when you have a boil up. And waste not, want not, you know. The dead tiny ones we're going to chuck, like that one. We'll chuck them. Oh yes, we're getting some spuds. But we don't think there's been any significant difference in growing one potato in there, because we did them as one potato. We were getting a couple of pounds out of each bucket, one seed potato per bucket last year, and then this year we put 2 in, and I don't think there's been any significant difference. Now that may be down to the conditions that we've had, the dry conditions, because if you look at that, it is dry, it is bone dry, isn't it? And they fell over about 3 weeks ago, those. They fell over after about 8 weeks, so the horns that grew up flopped over about 3 weeks ago. But that's what we've got. That's looking like what we've got. They're a relatively bigger potato, these Accord, than the other ones, but they are still a new potato. Weight wise, I think, to be honest, they're edging it a little bit over these, and quality wise we're not getting any greenery on them. That might be through luck and judgment, but we're not getting any greenery on them. So I'm going to put the Accord label in so we know which is which, and crack on. Red Dukes of York next, and then it's the Ulster Prince. Okay, now in previous years the Red Dukes of York have been pretty prolific. In fact, they've been the sort of front runners as regards production down on the Little Farmer's Farm. Taste wise, they're not as good. Certainly not as tasty as the Ulster Prince, but they're a good staple, and I grow them because they're a red potato, and they have a little bit of interest and colour for the kids when they're doing the tip outs. When we're doing the main tip outs, which I'm hoping will be the sort of 14-15 week bucket growing tip outs, these should have put on quite a bit of weight, if you like, hopefully. I mean, in fact, from now on I'm going to be doing the watering up and stuff like that, you know. We want to go for production. So yeah, we're going to be doing that, but we'll just see what we've got now on the Red Dukes of York. So that's the Red Duke of York bucket. Right. So we'll see what we've got in here. Again, these are looking good for size at the moment. When I say looking good, that's the first one, obviously, so can't really go off that. But leave me with that. I don't want you getting bored. I'll just root through. Okay. And there we have the Red Dukes of York. It's difficult to judge that, isn't it? They're similar, really. If you feel the buckets, there's not much difference at all in weight. £1.25 to £1.50 from each, which is what we were getting. We thought we were getting bigger off one seed potato last year, so I might revert back to that, but water them. But we'll see what happens with our last lot, which are my favourites, the Ulster Prince. Let's check them out. Now I've just tipped that, and first impressions wise, without digging into it, it's not looking bad, is it? They're sort of tumbling out down the sides. I hope I get a good crop of these. I like these Ulster Prints, they're my favourites. Alright, so pretty inconclusive really on the potatoes, but we've got all the broad beans there. We've got some dwarf French on top of our cucumbers, probably about 10 cucumbers I think there. So that's today's harvest. Been doing lots of other bits and pieces down here on the little farm as well. But that's for another show. Right, take care of yourselves and each other, boys and girls. If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. I've been Guru MURPHINDA, signing out. God bless and take care of yourselves and each other. We love you all. I'll catch you later on. I'm just going to put my hose pipe away. I've just spotted that there. And we'll be tipping that compost out onto a couple of the beds as well. But I'm off. I'll be about 10 more minutes and I'm going to go off. We're going to get some of this food eaten, because that's what it's all about. See you in a bit. Bye bye now. Ta-da, guys.